We trying to get paid.
Making money, make it, dollar
We trying to get
bills,
paid.
making money,
Yeah,
make
you
it.
save and invest, stacking up checks. Let's go.
Rack it up. Another big day for tech. Apple, Nvidia, Google, all higher. We went sideways on Facebook, Netflix, Amazon, and Microsoft. Big news on Microsoft today. They came out and said that they're going to be pushing cloud hard on foreign governments. That's a big deal. You know, a lot of these countries are so poor, most of their students buy a lot of that fake Microsoft Office, and I mean they're big into that out there. Now, this is an opportunity for them to kind of go in there, legitimize their business, but not only that, create a first user advantage for their business when it comes to cloud software. So big deal for Microsoft there. Nvidia is going to Pluto, man. We talked about this on the last episode where I said Nvidia could very well start acting like Tesla, where the price just starts going straight up. And that's exactly what happened here. I'm serious, folks. Let's see what happens on Monday. We have a little volatility growing here, but let's see what happens on Monday, because I'm telling you, Nvidia starts acting like Tesla, this thing will become a stratospheric move higher. And if you're not in it, you're going to be really sorry that you're not. So don't bet against this happening, but it's clearly looking like Nvidia is going to be taking off, as it already has, but I mean on another level very, very shortly. Pull up the daily chart and see it for yourself on the 25 and 10 moving average on Nvidia. I mean, have you seen a more beautiful chart when we're talking about, trading on the daily time frame? I mean, you want to talk about a moneymaker, look at Nvidia. You have never seen anything more beautiful. Speaking of that crossover, today I got a message from a brother by the name of S. Hill, and he was asking about the strategy and using it on a 2-minute time frame. And I want to kind of share, a little bit of detail on that. And it is possible, all right? You can go as short as 2 minutes. I know that's a big thing that Oliver Velez teaches, the 2-minute time frame. So that's becoming a little bit popular. Oliver Velez, shout out to him. He's putting a lot of money on his online presence. He's getting a lot of his name out there. And, if you're going to trade on a 2-minute time frame using a moving average crossover strategy, then you have to stick to stocks that have very high implied volatility, because, that's really the only place you're going to be able to go to get trades on such a short time frame, right? They've got to be stocks that move very aggressively every day, right? So you can't go out and play some bullshit like Ford or, U.S. Steel. I mean, you're not going to get the $3-4 plus price swings intraday that you need to really make money. All right, you're going to have to be laser quick, right? You're going to have to set those, quick keys on the keyboard for instant buy and sells. I mean, instant, right? I mean, if it's taking you more than 10 seconds to put in an order, I mean, you've already lost. I mean, there's a possible 30-40 cents that you've lost, on a trade like that, particularly on a time frame that small, right? There's some stocks that are too aggressive for a 2-minute time frame, in my opinion. For example, that's Tesla, right? I mean, Tesla, if you're not careful, you're going to lose your ass on a stock like that, on a 2-minute time frame, just because it can go $10, $20, very, very quickly, right? And look, lately I've been against day trading just because, again, with the way the market is going, you don't have to do it. But for those guys who just are going to do it, do it the right way, do it the right way. But as I said, if you want to trade a stock like Tesla, you made way more money holding it for the last 60 days than you made, day trading it in and out. Day trade, you lost way more money day trading it, including your fees and whatnot, than you would have if you just sat into the play. All right, and I don't want to be a broken record on that fact. I'm going to continue to pound that into guys, because there's just no reason to do it when you can just kind of sit in there and make money. All right. Now, if you are going to do it, because many of you guys are, get the platform that works for you, right? I mean, you can't be doing this on Robinhood. Go out and get, interactive brokers. Go out and get Day Trading the World. Go out and get Speed Trader. I mean, go out and get a platform that's going to make it work for you. All right, go out and get something that's going to be fast. It's going to be quick. It's going to be able to get you those buy and sells that you need at the right prices. All right, something really, really fast. All right, you put the ticker in there, click here, click there, boom, it's in. To hit on Tesla and Apple one time here for the last time, these stocks are splitting very soon, guys. And if I were you, I'd definitely be jumping all over it if you haven't been in them already. Why you're not in Tesla, I don't understand. Why you're not in Apple, I don't understand, because that's really been the easiest place to make money over the last 30 days and actually longer. But, I've already talked about how the technologies that these companies have in the waiting is just huge in terms of an advantage, right? But more importantly, they have that advantage that Warren Buffett calls a moat, right? That protects them from outside competitors, but also makes them King Kong in the jungle, right? And these are big time advantages that always end up showing in the stock price over time. So even after they split and let's say they go down in price, those are going to be buying opportunities because these companies are just so much better at doing what they do compared to everyone else. All right. I mentioned real estate yesterday, and sure enough, REIT, the index for real estate, jumped up 1% today. DRN is the ticker to play that. If you want to be really specific and kind of zone in on, let's say, office buildings and Class A shopping malls and things like that, then you're probably going to play SPG, which is Simon Property Group. That's another way to play that as well. But, take a look at real estate. I mean, if we do have a cross in leadership or a change in leadership from momentum to value, then real estate is going to be right there to pick up some of the gains, and you're going to want to be into some of those stocks in that space. I mentioned yesterday also I'd take a look at some of the coronavirus stocks, and to be honest, I'm not impressed by what I saw. XBI gets you into the sector, but let's zoom in a little bit. You got INO, went from $2 to $32, now at $14. mRNA went from $13 to $94, now trading at $66. NVAX, NVAX went from $2 to $184, now trading at $137.62. And then, you got the company, the big cap, J&J, trading at $152 right now. Now, they are the ones expected to win this race. And honestly, after looking into a lot of these plays, I came to the conclusion, if you're not a natural short seller, there's really nothing to see here. I mean, there's really nothing in that space that says, hey, I'm going to put $1,000 on these 3 or 4 plays, and if they hit it big, I'll get super rich. That's not going to be the case here. The hunt for this vaccine is more about pride than it is about money. We got to be honest about that. You got to understand that the majority of the doses are going to be given away for free. I mean, outside of Europe and America and maybe some Asian countries, you're going to be demanded to give a shitload of the amount of vaccine, completely free. I mean, can you imagine going to a country like Bangladesh and asking for $3 or $4 billion for the vaccine? It's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen, right? So we got to understand that a lot of this is about pride. A lot of this is about pride and not really necessarily about how much money is going to be made here. Yesterday, I also mentioned Rocket Mortgage, ticker RKT. Nice day today on that. This is the same guy who owns the Cleveland Cavaliers, also owns that company Quicken Loans. Well, folks, the stock set a new high today, $27.20. The stock is up 36% for the week. Low interest rates aren't going anywhere. I mean, this is a stock that could double. I talked to you about the convenience trade. That's a big, big deal. All right, big deal. The convenience trade. Look at Carvana. Look at Vroom. I mean, those are stocks that are running simply on convenience. Now we have convenience when it comes to getting a mortgage. This is a game changer. All right, this is a game changer. And of course, I've got exposure to it, and I suggest you get exposure to this. All right. When it comes to the metals, they're still going through a tough time. Today wasn't any different. We did see, a bit of sideways action. I think we're going to continue to see that sideways action for several weeks. Look at gold holding that 40 RSI on the daily here. That's pretty interesting. I think, again, this is something that could spring once the Democrats and Republicans come together and develop some kind of plan. I think we're going to have another 1, 2, or 3, or possibly $4 trillion, PPP type plan coming through, before the elections. But I don't know. Lately, it looks like they just can't work together, and they may be holding out until the elections. And that's not good for any of us, but more importantly, not good for the metal. So continue to watch what happens there. I still would want to be a holder, which I already am, and I'm not going to sell. Why? Because it's become very, very clear that these are going to be prices your children are going to be dreaming about. All right. So it's not about today and tomorrow. This is about the future, right? Just as much as you wish your dad bought, gold at $259 in August of 1999. If he was that smart, you'd be very, very wealthy person, right? But he wasn't that smart. So you're listening to me on YouTube. I mean, again, that's a big pun there, but you know what I mean. I mean, just position yourself now, right? So you'll have a better tomorrow. So anyway, that's my view on gold. I've been shitting a little bit on DXY for the last 2 days, but we saw a spike in dollars today, and that usually means that the VIX is going to follow. So be on the lookout for some volatility next week, especially on the S&P 500. But every pullback has been a buying opportunity, and I just don't see things changing here, right? I just don't see it. So when we see dollar spike, we tend to see weakness on emerging markets. We see weakness in China. A good play to play on days like that would be Caterpillar. Those are great intraday trades on a big day for the dollar. Caterpillar takes a really nice dump. All right. With that being said, guys, I think that's it. We had a great week. I hope you're enjoying the show. Shout out to everybody leaving me feedback. I really appreciate that you like these short videos. More to come. Until next time, trade well.